We are approaching the current immigration challenges with determination, with focus, and with compassion. And we're making progress. In January, I was pleased to announce that we met our immigration targets that we set in 2025. That was a big deal, by the way. We met each and every one of them. So it shows you that we can do what we decide to do. Today is a great opportunity to reflect on what immigration in Canada looked like when I took this role 9 months ago, compared to where we are today. I'll discuss how we're regaining control of and restoring stability to Canada's immigration system. I will share some of the many steps that we are taking to ensure the system supports Canada's economy and social fabric. And I'm going to start with the global pandemic that we will never forget, those of us that have lived it, and everyone has in this room. In 2019, when with our healthcare and economy in crisis, Canada used immigration to address urgent labor shortages and to support our recovery. Unfortunately, it also grew our population faster than many Canadian communities could absorb, also putting pressure on housing, on infrastructure, and on social services. When Prime Minister Carney, our new Prime Minister, appointed me as Immigration Minister last May, the task was clear: rétablir le contrôle, l'équilibre et la confiance dans notre système d'immigration, restore control and balance, and rebuild confidence in our immigration system. Attract the best and brightest to advance the Canadian economy, all while meeting our humanitarian objectives. We needed a reset, so we took a thorough, honest look at pressures across the system and worked with partners across government and the country to set clear immigration targets within a measured framework. Canadians gave our government a clear mandate to reduce and stabilize immigration, and that is what we are doing. We've reduced new permanent residents to less than 1% of the population. Nous réduisons la population de résidents non permanents, y compris les étudiants étrangers et les travailleurs temporaires, pour atteindre l'objectif de moins de 5% d'ici à la fin de 2017. We are reducing the non-permanent resident population, including international students and temporary workers, to reach the target of below 5% by the end of 2027. Nous modernisons notre système d'octroi de l'asile. We are modernizing our system of asylum. Nous observons déjà des résultats, and we are clearly seeing results. 2025 asylum claims declined by a third. We also saw over 50% fewer arrivals of temporary workers and international students in 2025 than in 2024. And we are already seeing positive impacts. Rents are trending down in general. Here in Toronto, rents are down, and the city has reported easing demand from the refugees and asylum seekers. As a result, confidence in immigration is starting to return. We've achieved this in part by paying attention to local, provincial, and territorial priorities, and by focusing on results people can see in their daily lives. Lorsque les nouveaux arrivants aident à combler des besoins en main-d'œuvre, à construire plus de maisons et améliorer l'accès aux soins de santé, tous les Canadiens en profitent. When newcomers help fill labor gaps, build more homes, strengthen access to health care, all Canadians benefit. Confidence grows when outcomes are predictable for employers, for communities, and for the country. So in a city like Toronto, where global talent, capital, and innovation intersect, predictability is essential. Institutions need to know the rules that will be applied and that they will be applied consistently and will not change midstream. This stability allows Canadian institutions and stakeholders to plan long-term. A predictable, strong foundation helps us meet current and anticipated future economic demands. Right now, my department is investing a great deal of focus and energy on attracting and retaining global talent, bringing in the right people to help build a stronger future. Bien faire les choses dépend à grande partie de la façon dont nous sélectionnons les nouveaux arrivants. So getting this right largely depends on how we select these newcomers. Across departments, our governments are embarked on an ambitious international talent attraction strategy. Au ministère de l'Immigration, nous utilisons les outils dont nous disposons pour attirer des talents qui font croître notre économie et comblent d'importantes pénuries de main-d'œuvre. At Immigration, we are using the tools at our disposal to attract talent that grows our economy and that fills key labor shortages. Our express entry system is, which I know most of you know about, is at the core of our approach for attracting and retaining the skilled workers Canada needs. Express Entry is an online system that we use to manage applications for 3 permanent residence programs. These are the Canadian Experience Class, the Federal Skilled Workers, and the Federal Skilled Trades. In 2015, I was Minister of Immigration in Nova Scotia, and I was the first minister in the province that actually pulled the button and got on board with that system. And I know there's been a number of enhancements done, and hopefully today you will hear some more. So in category-based rounds of invitations, we invite candidates in the Express Entry pool with the skills and experience we need to boost our capacity in key sectors and occupations. Candidates are awarded points and ranked in the pool based on skills, education, language ability, work experience, and other factors, the things that our employers are looking for. Aujourd'hui, je suis ravie de pouvoir profiter de cette occasion pour vous annoncer comment IRCC peaufinera Entrée Express en 2026. So today I welcome the opportunity to announce how IRCC will sharpen Express Entry in 2026. Premièrement, nous allons maintenir les catégories existantes qui fonctionnent. So first, we will continue the existing categories that are working. That means IRCC will continue to hold invitation rounds to select candidates with strong French skills, as well as those with work experience in the following fields: healthcare and social services, such as nurse practitioners, dentists, pharmacists, psychologists, chiropractors, etc. We will do the same with trades, such as carpenters, plumbers, machinists. These categories will support our government's nation-building housing and infrastructure projects. We will support education occupations, science, technology, engineering, math. These STEM categories include engineers and cybersecurity specialists. Tomorrow's economy will be driven by innovation and technologies like artificial intelligence. Growing these industries creates jobs and opportunities for the future. So that was first. Second, today we are introducing new categories designed to meet and support Canada's evolving needs and reflect our government's determination to attract the best talent to Canada. Here's our new Express Entry categories for 2026. If I had drums, I would say drum roll here. Thank you. We're adding categories for researchers and senior managers with Canadian work experience, recognizing that in certain occupations, many years of experience are required to make meaningful contributions. By providing a clear path to permanent residence, we're supporting the broader federal efforts to drive innovation and growth, including a $1.7 billion initiatives announced in December by Innovation, Science and Economic Development Canada to attract world-leading researchers to Canada. We're also adding categories for candidates with work experience in transport occupations, including pilots, aircraft mechanics, and inspectors. We've identified these sectors as areas in critical need. Strengthening those helps us move goods across the country and to new markets, supporting trade, supply chains, and economic resilience. And finally, we are creating a new category for skilled military recruits to attract highly skilled foreign military applicants. Eligible recruits with a job offer from the Canadian Armed Forces, including doctors, nurses, pilots, can be invited to apply for permanent residence. They will be subject to the same security and all military requirements. This new category will support our government's commitment to strengthen our armed forces, to defend our sovereignty, and to keep Canadians safe. This category and other priority categories supports Canada's defense industrial strategy, which Prime Minister Carney announced yesterday by adding a range of workers critical to support our sovereignty and security. Enfin, je vous rappelle qu'en décembre, j'ai annoncé une nouvelle catégorie Express 2026 réservée aux médecins étrangers ayant de l'expérience de travail au Canada. And finally, by way of a reminder, in December, I announced a new dedicated 2026 Express entry category for foreign medical doctors with Canadian work experience. Le fait de tracer clairement la voie à suivre vers la résidence permanente aide à garder les médecins au Canada et favorise un meilleur accès aux soins. Providing a clear pathway to permanent residence helps keep doctors in Canada and supports better access to care. The first round for doctors and a separate round for other healthcare professionals is happening this week. Finally, it's important to highlight that Express Entry continues to support our long-term commitment to strengthen Francophone vitality across Canada. Récemment, j'ai eu le plaisir d'annoncer que pour la 4e année consécutive, le Canada a dépassé son objectif en matière d'immigration francophone, atteignant près de 9% d'admission au Québec de personnes francophones. So I recently announced that for the 4th year in a row, Canada has exceeded its target for Francophone immigration, reaching nearly 9% of admissions outside Quebec. Pour 2026, le Canada a un plan ambitieux visant à accueillir plus de 30 000 nouveaux arrivants francophones chaque année au cours des 3 prochaines années pour atteindre un objectif de 12% d'immigration francophone hors Québec d'ici 2029. Plus de francophones, ce sont aussi plus d'enseignants, plus d'infirmières, plus d'entrepreneurs et de travailleurs qui contribuent concrètement à la vitalité économique de nos communautés. Il s'agit de professions identifiées par les intervenants comme étant particulièrement en demande. So more francophones also means more teachers, more nurses, more entrepreneurs and workers to contribute to the economic vitality of our communities. These are professions that have been identified by stakeholders as being in particularly high demand. My department is working hard to broaden and intensify our recruitment efforts. As I mentioned earlier, IRCC's effort to attract talent is part of our government's international talent attraction strategy. We're not waiting for the right people to find us. We will go out into the world to recruit the people our country needs, to connect them with Canadian employers, and to highlight why Canada is the place, the best place in the world to build their careers and lives. Employers can plan, hire, and invest with confidence, with an express entry program that functions effectively for them. Alors que nous cherchons à recruter et à maintenir en poste les travailleurs dont nous avons besoin, nous savons qu'il y a toujours place à amélioration et le travail se poursuit. So as we work to recruit and retain the workers we need, we know there's always more room to improve, and the work is ongoing. We are listening, we are refining how we select and score candidates in the express entry system. We have an open dialogue because we know that is central to our decision-making, for me as minister and for my department. We're also working closely with provinces and territories to make improvements. This includes helping reduce barriers and support faster pathways to careers in Canada through the Foreign Credential Recognition Program. All levels of governments must work together to grow Canada's economy. Whether it's employers and entrepreneurs, regional and community leaders, refugees and settlement groups, I can tell you that we are listening and we are making decisions that, while tough, are necessary in order to get our system back to balance. Moins d'un an après le début du mandat de notre gouvernement, nous réalisons des progrès. Less than a year into our government's mandate, we are making progress. Success depends on discipline, and I don't need to tell you that, you're business people in the room. I know as family, we live by that. Success depends on discipline, and without it, we risk its progress and the trust of Canadians. My department is restoring control to immigration so that it remains sustainable, targeted, and able to support Canada's economic growth and labor force needs. Merci beaucoup, and thank you very much.